This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Joining us today is Craig Foster, the founder and CEO of Ondo InsurTech, and that's with the ticker Ondo, O-N-D-O. Now, they came to the market a year ago, back in March 2022, with the mission statement to become a world leader in claim prevention technology for home insurers. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Craig. First of all, let me ask you, since it's the first time we're talking here on Stockbox, welcome to the platform. But could you start us off by giving us a bit of an introduction as to who Ondo are, the elevator pitch, if you like?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Mark. Well, thank you for inviting me onto the Stockbox platform for the first time. So I would imagine that most of your viewers on the platform probably have never heard of Ondo. So we've only been on the public market for a year. And so we're still building our investor profile. So most investors have yet to hear from us. But we are a B2B technology company, and we sell technology to home insurance companies, and they use the technology to prevent water damage claims. That's the business that we're in. So water damage is the single biggest claim on home insurance. It's a surprisingly big problem. So it causes 1.6 million claims a year in the United States and in the UK, and that adds up to £14 billion worth of claims every year. And we have a proprietary technology that can prevent 70% of those claims from happening. And that's essentially what our business is all about.
Okay, so it's all about water damage, preventing water damage. So you talk about the proprietary product then. Is it the one product you have? What can you tell me about it?
Yeah, the main focus of the business today is on scaling up our flagship product called LeakBot. So it's a proprietary sensor. So we invented a new way of detecting leaks, and we own the patents on this all around the world. And it's a single unit, and that single unit can detect a leak anywhere on a mains water system. So that's unique. The other thing that's unique is the service model. So through the app, you can then book a plumber to come and find and fix the root cause of the problem. But the go-to-market model is also unique as well, in that the sensor and the service is offered to homeowners for free via their existing home insurance company. And the home insurer pays Ondo to provide that service on the simple basis that that costs less than the value of the claims that we prevent.
Okay, so it's preventative technology, almost seeing the problem before it becomes a problem, so the homeowner can act on it. Do they get an alert then? Do they that something might be up and then action can be taken?
Yeah, that's right. So they get the sensor arrives in the post. I've got one here, Mark, to show you actually. So, it's a relatively small unit, and it's really easy to install. So if you think where the pipe enters the property in your house, you just basically clip that to the pipe, and that sensor can then detect a leak anywhere on a mains water system. And that connects to an app on your phone. So if we detect a leak, we'll send the customer an alert, and then through the app, they can then book a plumber, and we will send someone to the house to then come and find and fix the root cause. And the key here is it's about finding what are often hidden leaks. If you think in your house, Mark, where are the pipes? Normally they're hidden in the wall, they're hidden in the ceiling, and you can't see the problem. And what insurance companies find is leaks will spring and you can't see them, and they'll cause damage over several weeks or months until they manifest as an insurance claim. So our little device can detect a leak anywhere in the house, and then our plumbers will come and find and fix that problem. And we really catch those leaks much, much earlier before they've managed to cause damage to your property.
Excellent. Well, it certainly sounds like you've found a gap in the market there for this product that you've got here. But I'm getting the sense that there's almost two sides or two arms to your business strategy, because you've got, of course, the relationship and presumably the revenue stream that comes from partnering with insurance companies with the actual product that you've got, and of course the use of your airways for the data and that kind of thing. But then you've got the actual, you say you can book engineers. So how involved are you on that side of it as well? Because that can be a completely different business in itself.
Well, we're essentially a technology business. So we're really about the the deployment of that hardware and the supporting software and systems that we use to monitor that risk for the insurance company. But you're absolutely right, Mark, that we need to send a plumber to do a good job of the repair to really deliver that value proposition for the carrier. In the UK, we actually employ our own plumbers. So we've really learned a lot about how to do those jobs effectively. But in other markets, we're finding we don't actually need to employ the plumbers ourselves. Now we know how to do it. So in our business in Sweden, for example, there's a third-party network that was the insurance company's preference over there. But we've trained those plumbers on how to use our technology to test the property in the home, and we found that works equally well in delivering the claim saving. So we are at the heart, we're a technology business rather than a plumbing services business.
Okay, and how are you finding it when you on the sales side of it, when you approach insurance companies? How are you going? Are you knocking on doors, just almost cold calling, and what kind of response are you getting?
Well, the response is great. And now this is and part of an overall industry trend in insurance, where insurers are looking for technology that can enable this type of risk management. So think of, black box and car telematics is a good example. Lloyd's of London are encouraging lots of trackers on shipments that are going across in shipping containers, that kind of thing. So it's part of a broader industry trend. In home insurance, it hasn't really happened so far, and that's because there aren't really any sensors where the overall business case stacks up. And we stand apart in that we do have a way of detecting these leaks in a cost-efficient way and a model where you can provide all of this for free as part of the policy. So the first insurance company anywhere in the world that rolled out this type of technology was Hiscox in 2020, where they were our first customer that decided to make this a standard part of their policy for all new and existing customers. We now work with 12 insurance companies already, not just in the UK, but also in Scandinavia as well. And what we found time and time again is insurance companies will typically start small because they want to test the claims result and test it against a cohort of customers who haven't got a device. But we consistently see the same type of result where we reduce the claims significantly and the business case stacks up, and then the insurers just want to do more of the same. So really, plan A is pushing out more units with the existing partners that we've already signed, and bringing on board new insurance carriers is the kind of first pillar of our strategy. To give you a couple of examples, recently, even in the last 6 months, we've signed Admiral in the UK, one of the biggest insurers in the United Kingdom. We also recently announced a deal with Länsförsäkringar, who you may never have heard of, but they're actually the biggest insurance company in Sweden. They've got 2 million policyholders and a 30% market share. We did a pilot in just one of their 23 regions that was really successful. Also delivered a big increase in new sales as well as delivering the claim saving. And now we announced the rollout across their business just a few weeks ago, and we've already launched into the next 2 regions.
Okay, so
even just expanding with the existing partners that we're already in, there's a huge market opportunity for us.
Indeed. So you're finding that the pilot trials are going very well, and they're wanting to roll it out across the whole business.
Yeah, absolutely. We see that time and again with Hiscox, with Top Denmark, with Länsförsäkringar recently, where they run a pilot, they do that cohort to cohort analysis, and then expand the deployment. I mean, one of the challenges that we're thinking hard about is how do we compress that timeline to get carriers to do bigger and bolder rollouts, especially because we see the data and we know exactly how a deployment's going to perform at this point.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Okay, well, just thinking on the investment case then for investors, of course, do you have any forecasts or an idea of a revenue stream? Or if you can't share that at the moment, what about the market size that you're after, that you're targeting?
Yeah, well, the market size is huge. Just to go back to that statistic on, if you just take the United Kingdom and the US, insurers spend £14 billion every year finding and fixing the damage caused by those claims. So if you boil that down, say in the United States, the average home insurance policy has about $200 of underwriting costs on average that they pay out every year on water damage claims. So the average claim when one happens in the United States is about $11,000. So we can deliver a 70% reduction in those claims costs. So $140 odd a year gross saving before they've paid us for our services. But we can deploy this system in the US for $50 or $60 a year. So we're essentially building a recurring revenue stream business. So partners pay us ongoing into the future once these devices are installed for the monitoring and for the repair services. And we can deliver the partner a really significant return on investment for that. So we're really just scratching the surface on the potential for this business. Even within, like I just mentioned, with one partner like Landschaffner in Sweden, our last interims, we announced our first £1 million worth of revenue in the 6 months to the end of August. We told investors we got 43,000 customers live on the platform. Well, Admiral have shipped 20,000 units in the past 6 months, as we announced they intended to do as part of a new pilot activity. And we've just started that rollout with Landschaffner in Sweden, where they on their own have got 2 million customers in the Swedish market. And then if you add to that just the opportunity in the United States, where we've got a very embryonic business there, we've done a couple of pilots, we've employed a new general manager for the US. But that's the really exciting question is, can we actually crack the market in the United States? Because we have got a proprietary technology that's not available from anybody else. And we do deliver this business case in a unique way. And carriers are looking for a solution in this space. So it'll be very exciting to see if we can really get some traction in the US market.
And then as time goes on then, I guess you'll be able to release more concrete figures and forecasts. Would that be the plan from the company?
Yeah, that is the plan. I think we were new to the market this year. And due to the size of the company, you can see that with the current market cap is only £5.5 million at the moment. Mm-hmm. So we haven't yet released any forward-looking statements or forecasts. But as the business matures, we absolutely will get to the point where we can do that.
And just finally, looking at the roadmap for the future, or the focus is going to be, where is the focus? I guess it's going to be building on sales, getting in touch with more insurance companies, signing them on, but you're also looking to develop new technology potentially as well.
Yeah, I mean, the most interesting and exciting new development, in addition to the strategy that I've already mentioned. So plan A is deliver more volume through our existing partners, sign more insurers in their core markets. Number two, see if we can really open up the market in the United States. A really exciting development happened recently, Mark, with some changes in the water industry regulation in the UK, where Ofwat have put a new target on water companies that they need to reduce household water consumption by 37 litres per day, which is quite difficult for them to do. And Ofwat have also created a £100 million innovation fund to fund technologies that can help deliver that water efficiency goal. And as far as I'm aware, I don't know of any others other than ours. We've run a pilot recently with Portsmouth Water. We're keen to announce the results. That pilot's concluded now, and we'll announce the results of that pilot shortly. And we've been talking to numerous other water companies in the industry in the UK. We believe we can deliver the entirety of that Ofwat saving in houses in UK homes. And that could open up a whole new route to market where not only can we distribute devices to deliver that water efficiency saving, but by also knowing those customers' renewal dates and asking them whether they would also like to hear offers on home insurance, it opens up a really exciting prospect for our partner companies, because those customers where we can validate the fact that they haven't got a leak and they've already got a LeakBot installed is a really great insurable risk for our insurance companies that we work with.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Craig Foster, CEO of Ondo InsurTech, and I look forward to following developments as the company moves down that path.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for inviting me on Stockbox. Appreciated.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.